Hi, I'm Laura Slate. I write sci-fi and fantasy for LGBTQIA+ young adults, and today I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself. Half of the questions are going to be about writing, and the other half are going to be just about me personally. What's your favorite point of view to write in? It depends on what I'm writing. My first book was in third-person multiple point of view because there's 6 key characters that I follow around, and it just worked a lot better. I had originally tried writing in first person when I thought it was just going to be about one person, but as I realized that there needed to be more point of views, I changed it to third person because it was going to get really confusing if I didn't. For NaNoWriMo in 2016, that was just last year, I did first person for the first time, and I have to say that I loved it. I felt more at ease writing that way, or it came to me more naturally. So I think that I'm just gonna play with both depending on what book I'm writing. So I guess I can do either one. The only one I haven't tried is second person. Who's your biggest role model? I don't know if I would have a role model. There are certainly people that I look up to in a lot of creative areas in my life, but I'm really out to be the best me that I can be, and everyone is different. No one's really like me, so I'm just doing the best I can with what I have to work with. I don't like this. I don't like this question. I don't really have a role model. Role models can just let you down. Well, you know what? I'm throwing this question out. I don't want to do this one. What authors inspire you? One of my favorite authors is Sarah Waters. She writes mostly about lesbians, and it's historical fiction, but it's mainly for adults. But I have reread each and every one of her books. I love them so much. Another one of my favorites is Aldous Huxley. He wrote my favorite book ever, Brave New World. That's what really got me thinking about how society works and how you can make a statement about it with writing. When I read that book in middle school, it blew my mind, and I've reread it I can't tell you how many times. I love it. Another one is Margaret Atwood. I don't know, I take a little bit from every book I read. I can find things about each author that I like and that I dislike. What's your favorite thing someone said about your writing? So my favorite thing that someone has said about my writing is that I describe things extremely well, my imagery is nice, and my sister says that she can feel a lot of our childhood in it. So that's just the first book that I have out for people to read. It was kind of weird when I first started Wattpad getting comments and feedback on my writing. That was probably what scared me the most about sharing it, but it was something that I needed to get over. And a lot of people have said some very sweet things, but the most popular opinion is that I describe things extremely well, my imagery is nice, and I write good antagonists. So there's that. What in general inspires you? A lot of things inspire me. I watch a lot of documentaries, I watch TV, I read books, I listen to music, I think about my past, my present, and my future. My dreams are pretty intense most of the time, and I can get a lot from them because through therapy and stuff, I am pretty good at remembering my dreams. There's a lot of ideas and stuff that have come from them. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. Why do you write what you write? I write sci-fi because it's really interesting to me, the unknown aspect of it, of space, of what kind of aliens could be out there, of what the future might be like. It fascinates me. I love fantasy because you create your own rules. There's still rules, but you can really get crazy with it. I had so much fun writing a fantasy story during NaNoWriMo, and I will definitely do just regular fantasy again. There's always a lesbian relationship in my books. I think that's going to be a theme. I have an asexual character in my sci-fi book, but I like to have a variety of different people. I like them to be diverse. I think it's important that everyone can see themselves in my books. When and why did you start writing? Well, I started writing pretty early, just writing poetry to work through my feelings and writing just in English classes and stuff at school. One of my fondest memories is being in the I think I was in the 6th grade. We had to take the tax test for writing, and I scored the highest score that you could get on the writing essay. So in the beginning of the next year, my teacher pulled me aside and she asked if she could use my story from the year before as an example to show the class how best to write an essay. And I was just insanely happy. I couldn't believe it. I was so proud of myself that she would pick my story to tell the other kids how to write a story. I don't know, it was just surreal and crazy, and it's a memory that I will cherish forever because that's when I first thought like, hey, maybe I'm pretty good at this. So thank you, Miss Davis. You're awesome. As I got older, I kind of stopped writing even poetry because life just got complicated and I didn't want to deal with what I was feeling. I started writing Echoes of Influence in May of 2015. I was in probably the deepest, darkest depression that I've ever been in, and it had lasted for at least a year and a half. It was really bad, and I kept thinking, like, what can I do to pull myself out of this? What can I do to get out of my head? What can I do to help myself? And I had been listening to a lot of audiobooks. I was listening to the Game of Thrones series, and that helped me focus on something different. I wasn't talking in my head to myself, I was listening to a story being told to me. And I kept thinking, like, wow, stories can give you a break from yourself. And stories have always given me a break from myself. Have always given me an escape, and I have always loved to read. And so I thought, what if I use my mind for good, and instead of telling myself these negative things over and over again, I used it to tell a story and process things and maybe help other people get out of their own heads as well. So that's how I started. Within 2 months of writing Echoes of Influence, I was feeling a million times better. It was like magic to me. And I haven't stopped writing since. I don't know how I survived before writing, and it's my biggest weapon against depression ever. Okay, so now for some questions that are just personal about me. What are some of your biggest pet peeves? I hate it when people are super arrogant. I hate it when people possess zero empathy. I hate the sound of metal being scraped on anything ever. I hate, it's like giving me the willies just thinking about it. Metal scraping, I'm just gonna stop talking about it. I hate being cold, like with passion that burns deep in my soul. I hate, hate, hate being cold. Ooh, you know what I hate? When people... Okay, when you're talking to someone and they're hardly listening, they're just thinking about what they're going to say next to you, that kills me. Yeah, but I'm pretty easygoing. Just kidding. I'm an anxious mess. What are some of your favorite things? Being warm. I love being warm. I have heaters and blankets and socks and robes and sweaters. I take extremely hot showers. I like my food like warmed up a lot. Yeah, I just like all things hot. Now, I'm not talking about just like temperature. I do like things kind of spicy with my food, but I mean more like temperature-wise, things need to be hot. I'm like a dragon. Which is really funny because my partner is like the opposite. I call her a penguin because she likes everything cold. It's weird. I love being alone or just with my partner. I like being at my house. I like walking around bookstores. I like buying pens and pencils and sticky notes and note cards and highlighters. I like doing self-care stuff, like writing notes to myself or making detailed plans about my future, or doing my hair. I love doing my hair a lot. My hair's been every color. I'm obsessed with messing with it. Tell me a bit about your family. I am the middle child. I have an older sister and a little brother. I'm adopted, and so is my older sister. I have both my mom and dad. They are still together, which is pretty rare in my age group. I have my partner that I've had for 5 years. I have 2 cats and 2 dogs. What's your favorite color? My favorite color is purple. What kind of music do you like? Well, I like all kinds of music. I like anything from old Johnny Cash and Patsy Cline to Regina Spektor, Ben Folds, Muse, Queen. I love the band Isley, and my niece is actually named Isley, which is pretty cute. Hi Isley. I love Lana Del Rey, Hello Goodbye, City and Color. I pretty much listen to the same stuff that I've listened to since I was like 13. How about some random stuff about yourself? I'm 24. I'll be 25 in May. I have tattoos. I have 1 nose piercing. I used to have my Monroe pierced, but it got closed up when I worked at Starbucks because they kept making me take it out. I had my ears pierced in high school, but then I tried to gauge my ears and they got infected and they've closed up, and I'm too lazy to get them re-pierced. Well, that's it for today. I hope you had fun learning a little bit about me. Please like and subscribe. I always welcome comments. Sorry I took so long to get this video out. December has been busy. I'm always on Twitter, so please follow me at Laura_Slate. You can follow me all over the internet. My social media links are below. Make today the best day of your life, and don't forget to love yourself even when it seems hard. Bye! Let me tell you about myself.